High school football week 2. We look ahead at a matchup on Friday as the Clarke County Eagles travel down to face King William. Last week, Clarke got the 55-9 victory over Rock Ridge. Joining me, the head coach of the Eagles, Casey Childs. And coach, impressive win under the circumstances, having your team come up, go back and come up due to weather up to Rock Ridge. But all around a team effort, I would say, in all facets of the game. But after looking at the film and everything you've seen, what really stood out to you most about this altogether team win?
Well, I really thought that we got off the ball really well. We were able to control the line of scrimmage on both sides, and our athleticism up front definitely caused some problems for them. And I thought too, overall, we played well in space as they were trying to get on the perimeter and get, because they have some athletes for sure, and they were trying to get out on our edges, and we did a good job bottling that up. So yeah, it was an overall really good win. Obviously, there's some things that we definitely need to correct, and it's nothing to do with actual ability or effort. Those things were there. It was stuff with cleanup technique wise, but yeah, it was definitely a great win for our kids and for our program.
Yeah, and just looking ahead into this matchup going down to King William, and we've spoke numerous times about this, how King William is a very tough opponent in the state of Virginia. Obviously, you get a big win at Rockridge, 55-9. Looking at everything that you did positively and maybe some of the negatives, how do you sort of expand, look to get a little bit bigger, a little bit better, in order to get the most success come Friday night in your mind?
Well, they're Rock Ridge and King William are similar in what they want to do offensively. They're spread oriented teams that run a lot of zone read, and King William just has, I think, just obviously some better guys up front, and the skilled kids are definitely in very much in comparison with Rockridge, but King William is going to be better up front. And then obviously they have a quarterback for King William who also plays inside linebacker that he just makes plays. He can keep the play alive and scramble around. So we've got to make sure that we limit his ability to hurt us with his legs. That's step one. But those are things that we were talking about as yesterday when we had film going on with the kids, and something we needed to clean up a couple of times where we may have got out of our lanes a little bit too much, or actually rushed past the quarterback. And those things we cannot do this week, or that kid will definitely hurt us.
So, looking at, yeah, how far you have to travel and stuff, and sort of what is the mindset? Because obviously you have a long ride going down. The team can be together. I would imagine another opportunity to bond and be together as a team. But collectively, what is the mood like in practice going into this big matchup coming up on Friday?
Well, the drive. I don't think it much really affects us like like you really could used to. Our district is pretty spread out, and then a lot of times when we get these out of district matchups, or we get into regionals, 2-3 hours on the bus is pretty much the norm. So that part of it really doesn't bother us or affect us. Now, as for practice, we played King William last year, and it was pretty much the same situation where two really state known programs went at it. We were fortunate to get them at home last year and then win that game and played very well. So those are things that we're just trying to duplicate how we handle the week. And like we told the kids, and it's the same message that we sent to them last year at this time, that a game in week 2 is not a game in week 11 and week 12 of its playoffs. But in the same token, they're all big, and anytime you're squaring off with someone from a different region that has been in the States and has done as well as they have and is so well known as King William is, and so is Clarke, that it's a game that you want to win for sure and to put it best foot forward.
And looking at what your Eagles did last week against Rock Ridge, getting the ball spread out, numerous people on your team had numerous different scoring opportunities. Are you looking for some of the same in this matchup come Friday, looking to tweak anything? Just take me through what you're looking for.
Well, we have each and every week we have a system that we're looking at, and areas that we're trying to attack with our offense, and anytime though that you can get multiple guys with touches, and also have a success that we did, that's when your offense is really going well in the single wing. So anytime you get 4 or 5 different guys that have the touches that they had, and also scores, and we were able to do some play action stuff in the pass game. And when we get all that going, we're pretty difficult to beat. So obviously, those are things we want to try to duplicate.
Once again, Clarke County traveling down to King William this Friday night. As always, the head coach of the Clarke County Eagles, Casey Childs, always gracious for his time here interviewing with me each and every week. Coach, as always, really appreciate your time. Catch up with you next week, sir.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.